Hey guys! So today I'm going to do a very popular tag for you, the My First Time tag, where I basically talk about the first times of a lot of different things, like my first kiss, my first date, and all that good stuff. If you thought I was really going to tell you about my first time, I have to disappoint you because I don't think Prince Charming would like me to talk about this, so sorry. Okay, let's start. My first word. My first word was, I had to ask my mother about this. Mom. Short for the German word for mother, Mama. My first fear, cleaning until the end of my days. No, actually it's the dark. As a child I was just terrified of the dark. I would even be scared to just have my feet sticking out of the blanket. Funny thing though, today I have to have my feet sticking out of the blanket. Okay, now to the juicy stuff. My first crush. That would be in 4th grade in elementary school. During breaks we would always run outside and play tag, and for some reason I had the habit of always pinching the guys, and the guys were actually really scared of me for obvious reasons. But there was this one guy I really liked. His name was Vitaly, he was Italian. He would always tease me and I got to run after him and I got to pinch him, and it was weird. My first celebrity crush. I was about 12 years old when the first The Lord of the Rings movies came out. And from the first moment on, I really liked Legolas. Come on, when he like slides down the stairs on the shield and shoots all the orcs, that's just plain awesome. And I had 2 big posters right over my bed for a bunch of years. And one of the posters actually had this really cheesy line of Legolas. What was it? A red sun rises, blood has been spilled this night. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. My first date. So when I first came to the US, I was 16 years old and I went to this high school in New Mexico. And there was this one guy I really liked, and one day after school he asked me to go out, or well, at least that's what I thought it would be. So he invited me to a park and I was just so nervous on the way there, and I was a nerve wreck. And when I got there, all of his friends were there. So it turned out he basically had invited me to come along to play frisbee golf. First thing, any chance of me talking to the guy was basically gone because all of his friends were there. And secondly, I'm horrible at throwing anything. So it was basically me trying to look good while throwing a frisbee felt 5 feet. It was just so awkward, you have no idea. My first real boyfriend. That would be the same guy. We were elected homecoming prince and princess, and we got to dance together and it was just magical. And that relationship actually lasted 5 years. My first kiss. I was 14 years old and I went to a summer camp in the south of France. And there was this one guy I really liked. This one night we were sitting outside with his friends under the stars, and this guy was very shy, but he had drank some that night, so he somehow got the courage to kiss me, and it was just so horrible. Half of my face was wet. I don't know what he was doing, but he clearly had no idea. I mean, I had no idea either, but it was just horrible. And I felt so bad because I didn't want to tell him because I really liked him. I didn't want to make him feel bad, but oh my god, it was really, really bad. My first pet. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, my grandparents, who live in the same house as my parents in Germany, they got a little Jack Russell Terrier. His name was Pico and he was just the most loving soul ever. But the pet that really belonged to me was a budgie, or I think it's parrot in American English. Her name was Tinky and she lived with me in my room. She would sit on my shoulder when I did my homework, and she would shit everywhere and eat the wallpaper. Yeah. But fun fact, I taught myself how to whistle through my teeth in order to communicate with her. The first gig or concert. That would be... actually, I don't know. It's either a Modest Mouse concert my first boyfriend took me to, which was really nice, I really enjoyed that, or it was a music festival in Germany called Hurricane, where I went to with a couple of friends, and we slept in tents and we would barbecue for every meal. and listened to punk, rock and indie all day long. And I actually did not enjoy that at all because it was just so loud and I spent half the time trying to not get squished in the masses. First car. My first car was a very old Toyota Corolla. The parents of my first boyfriend sold it to me for 50 bucks. I'm not joking, guys, they actually wanted to give it to me for free, but I insisted to at least pay something, so we agreed on 50 bucks. It was a very good car. I eventually sold it to a car dealer for 200 bucks. So I actually made 150 bucks on that car. I'm lucky. My first job. My first job was at a computer center at the university. I would basically just spend all day browsing the internet and spending way too much time on MySpace. I have no idea why they hired me because at that time I didn't know anything about computers. And every time a student would come up to me and ask me for help, I would send for my boss. So that's that. My first tweet. I had to look this up for you guys, but my first tweet was first video going up on Wednesday, mixed feelings. I still feel like that about that video. My first video, yeah, mixed feelings. It's still up. I was thinking about putting it on private because at the time when I filmed that video, Vijay was helping me and I was just so nervous talking to the camera. I don't know what the problem was, but I just could not look at the camera and talk at the same time. It was just so awkward and horrible, and I'm quite ashamed of that video. You can go back and watch it if you like, but I really don't like it. It's just, no. That's all of the firsts I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and comment below with some of the firsts that you had. I want to know all about your awkward first kiss stories and all that good stuff. So leave me a comment. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to my channel while you're at it. I'll see you soon. Bye bye!